Hello, hello, hello to my party people out there in Radio Land. Welcome to this week's transmission. And this week's topic will be short and sweet. And it is just my imploring you to be careful who you idolize. Be careful who you idolize. So I've noticed that there are a lot of people who, a lot of older people, older is relative, but a lot of older adults who have been buying into the the U.S. culture of youth-led music and initiatives. I just say that, right? So so the United States is a country that worships youth. Right? That's who they put at the forefront. Even if something is not youth driven, that's the face that they put on it. So I've noticed that there are a lot of older adults who have been idolizing pop stars, right? Entertainers who, excuse me, are actually significantly younger than they are. Now, of course, age ain't nothing but a number, right? Doesn't mean anything. You can learn something from everybody. However, at this level of evolution, it is important for us to keep in mind that when we are idolizing someone, when we are looking up to someone, we have to make sure that they are at the level that we aspire to be on in all forms, on all levels. So, for example, you may idolize a person who's younger than you are, and you say, oh, they are a millionaire, they're 20 years younger than me and they're already a millionaire. Like, that's amazing. I aspire to be like them. Well, one, everybody's life is different, so you really should never compare yourself to anyone external to yourself, because there's different life situations that everybody has gone through, different obstacles, things like that. But more importantly, you have to keep in mind that they're on a different journey, right? 20 years ago, you were on a different journey. So by idolizing a person who's younger than you, who may or may not be at your level of spiritual ascension, you are essentially wishing to regress, right? So they may not be where you are, right? And when they are where you are, let's say 20 years hence, they may not like the person that they are now. They may look back at themselves 20 years ago and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe that was me. Whereas you are 20 years their senior and you're saying, I wish that was me, right? So that's a big deal. I think there are developmental reasons as well, right? That you wouldn't want to idolize or put too much stock into people, especially entertainers who are your junior, right? They could be less evolved than you are. They may not know the things that you know. And it's not because they're stupid or things like that. There are certain things that just come with living. There are certain things that just come with life and with meditation and making a conscious decision to expand your own spirituality and your own spiritual journey. So I think that is important, right? They may be less conscious. They may not be woke, if they are 20 years younger than you are. So it's important to draw the line, to appreciate their art, but also to realize that you may be on a whole different level than they are, right? That's really important to keep in mind when you are looking, and you may, I aspire to be like that person, right? Most importantly, they could be relying on your light to liberate them, right? They don't need you to come down to their level. They're only working with what they got, right? In the years that they've been on earth, they are looking for you as their elder to shine your light, to liberate them, to illuminate the path forward for them, to show them where they're supposed to be at that age, or maybe even sooner, right? Where they're supposed to be moving toward at this moment, even as they live out their life based on the paths that they've chosen up until that point. They could be living inauthentically, right? They could be lying, they could be stunting. They could not have the lifestyle or the life or the happiness or the freedom that they portray. That's when you have stuff like hashtag relationship goals. I never buy into that stuff, because you aspire to be like a person that you ain't even met. These people who put this hashtag under themselves, smiling happily, right? You don't know what happened before they took that picture. You don't know what happened after they took that picture, right? They could be the most miserable couple ever, but you aspire to be like them just because you've seen a snapshot of what they portray, right, to be their truth. And maybe, not to go too hard on them, maybe that was their truth in that moment. In that moment, though, right? Who's to say what happened after that? Right? Technology can ruin your character. Again, it ties into last week's transmission, right? You're looking at these people and what they have and all this material stuff and, thinking that they're living a life that they may not be living, right? Or it makes you feel worse about yourself. It makes you feel like you are less than. That's dangerous. What good is that, right? If you are following and idolizing people who make you feel less than, right? Not because they have more, but because they make you feel like you can't ever achieve that, right? Or because maybe they're not doing anything at all. Maybe you are giving too much of your energy to these people as opposed to getting that. You're following them, you're keeping up with what they're doing, instead of putting that energy into getting there yourself, right? It's like watching TV versus making it happen, right? Are you watching somebody else's life unfold, or are you making a conscious effort to make sure that yours is unfolding? All right? The last part of that is that your idols could have done miserable things to get to where they are, right? They could have no morals. They could have a completely different set of thoughts and beliefs than you have, right? They could have chosen a completely different path that you both had access to, but that you turned down because you realized it wasn't in accordance with your character and who you wanted to become, or the person that you wanted to live, or the life that you wanted to become. Become the life that you wanted to live, right? The person that you wanted to become. So all of that is to say, be careful who you idolize. Be careful. Just think about what your senses are telling you. And if you are looking external or internally, right? From a transmission a few weeks ago, right? Don't look out, look in, right? Look inward. And that's all I got to say. Have a good week. Thank you for listening. Love, live, light, laughter. Bye.